coming, and we will start the way I usually schedule the program. We start with the easiest piece, pretty much the first we ever learned as a cohesive group, and it's played in unison, which means every single section of the group plays exact same notes, exact same rhythms. You'll hear no difference in notes. It's way more complex, and you'll hear actually 4 voice harmonies, and it's time for me to introduce structure of the orchestra. So, violin 1, can you please wave your bows? That's our violin 1. Violin 2, can you wave your bows? And a foundation of orchestra, probably one of the most important instruments because they hold us together, our violas. I always tell kids when we play dance music, an audience doesn't dance. It means you didn't do your job. So please dance, tap, clap. You can do it in your chairs. So they try really hard. Enjoy. Last Symphony by Beethoven, Symphony number 9. And I promised kids I will tell the audience real story. It's documented, it's true story. So when Beethoven wrote his last piece, he was for over 10 years deaf. He was completely deaf, so he could not communicate. People communicated with him via written sentences on the board. And of course he wrote music without ever being able to hear it. It's a massive piece with chorus and over 100 people in the orchestra. And Beethoven had extremely high reputation in Vienna. So the theater was where the symphony was premiered. Secretly from Beethoven hired a second conductor, understanding that Beethoven cannot conduct since he doesn't hear anything. They hired a second conductor who was on a balcony, and musicians actually looked at this conductor while Beethoven pretty much stood in front of them and waved their hands. Unfortunately, when the piece was over, Beethoven continued to conduct, and it was tremendous success. And the story goes, one of the choristers, a young 19-year-old, went down and actually took Beethoven's face in her hands and turned towards the audience, and he started to cry. Sad story, maybe happy, I don't know. So enjoy. piece, this is piece that is based on German-Hungarian folk music with some sound effects in it. So enjoy. Piece is written by modern American composer. It's called Impulse, Very Dark. overture, and it's a very massive, very wide open piece with a huge sound.
To welcome our singers. Today we have 4th and 5th grade choir that will perform for us. They worked so hard and they are really passionate about their music. We will start with the song Kokoleoko. It's an African and specifically Liberian song. Kokoleoko, the title, this is the same as our American cock-a-doodle-doo, because the song tells the story about the rooster that announces the morning. And our second selection for today, Count on Me by Bruno Mars, was actually literally requested by the choir, which only shows how much they care about their friends and their friendships and how they can stand out for one another. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy.
Kokoleoko, sister Kokoleoko, Kokoleoko,
performers, was this wonderful singer. So I started to talk with her, and the moment she heard I'm from South Brunswick, she was so excited that she offered to come and perform for us something. So please welcome our guest performer, Mr. Lata, Mrs. Lata Montefiore.
Don't know, Lata Mangeshkar is the golden voice of India. She has many playback songs that she has recorded and actually is in the World Guinness Book of Records for that. So it's putting me in a different category. I'm very flattered that she would put me in that category, but I did want to share with you a little bit about what I'm doing today. Ms. Davidovich and I have had a conversation, and we talk about how music is the common language of all people. Regardless of where you're from, what food you eat, what culture and traditions that you follow, when we hear music from different cultures, we understand it with our heart. And I was explaining to her, this is how I connected to my roots, was through music. I was born on a Caribbean island called Trinidad, and my ancestors came from India over 200 years ago as indentured laborers to the island of Trinidad and Tobago. So I learned about my culture and connected with my roots through music and classical music. And that was something that was important to my family, and I feel very honored to share that with you right now. I have here an instrument that is called a harmonium. It is an organ basically where there's a keyboard and a bellows, and it was created in about the early 1800s. This is obviously a modern one. And the difference I would say between Western and Eastern music is that when you play Indian music, there's actually a time, and it also, the scales kind of represent or elicit a certain type of feeling. So I'm going to be performing a rag called Miya Ki Malhar, and it is usually performed in the springtime monsoon season because typically the lyrics of the song has to do with the rain and how the rhythm of the rain. So I want you to kind of put yourself back and to imagine yourself in a very warm tropical environment where you are hearing a tin roof and you're hearing the rain falling, and hopefully I can emulate that with my voice. I will be singing in Hindi, and you will be also hearing the notes from that as well. So I'm going to begin. pa ma pa ga ma ni sa re, mi pa ma pa ga ma ni sa pa re se, Bardariya, re me je bardariya, Bardariya, umare umare mate bari kari, re me je bardariya, Bardariya, re me je Parse, rim jim parse, Vardariya.
All right, and both of us, Ms. Cross and I, are, in addition to being music teachers, we both practice as musicians. I play concerts, she plays concerts. So we decided to give you a little thank you for supporting your children's musical education, and also maybe it will be an inspiration for our students. The piece that we're about to play is written by Ukrainian composer Miroslav Skorik, and some of you may know I'm from Ukraine originally. You know what's going on in Ukraine. This piece was written over 40 years ago for a movie, and since the war broke off, this piece became an anthem of love and peace, and this is what we love to wish your families love and peace. Please enjoy.
the world's most famous playhouses and forums. So we want to really, your students are under the direction of some mighty talent, as you can see. Now that being said, we have to give another round of applause for our wonderful while we're waiting, I do want to also recognize some very important people in our audience. I would like to thank Mr. Mitchell from our board for being present here today. I would like to again thank our staff members who stayed all through this time in the back. Thank you, staff members, for coming and all of this happen as well.